Good morning, guys. I hope you're doing very well. It is back on the pregnancy updates. It is the 11th of, no, it's not, it's the 12th of December. I'm currently 12 weeks, but this is going to be like my 12 and 11 week update in one because I've actually been feeling okay the last week. So since I kind of turned 11 weeks, I'm still taking my sickness tablets, my anti-sickness tablets, and yeah, I'm like, generally they're working. Like, I've been a little bit sick every now and then, but nothing in comparison to what it was like at like 6, 7, 8 weeks. So yeah, I'm feeling really good. And today is the day that we go and see the little baby on our scan. So I'm really, really excited for that. It's also the first day that we've had snow. So Ash is currently dropping George off at nursery, and we've been in the garden this morning, and it is all like properly snowy. So I scraped off the car, ready for them to go, and we've kind of like made a little trail up from our road with our neighbours. So hopefully we should be able to get out, and you know, they're managing to get to nursery, and I managed to get to the scan and everything. So yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait to find out that everything is hopefully all okay and we're all on the right, you know, track. It's just like a big milestone, isn't it? The 12-week like wait to the scan. It's just a big deal. So, and it's really, really exciting this time around because last time when I was pregnant with George, Ash wasn't here, so he wasn't allowed, like he didn't come into any of the scans. He's never been at a baby scan basically, and I had like maybe 5 or 6 with George, like additional scans as well. So Ash was away on deployment for the first like 6 months of my pregnancy, and then when towards the end, even when I had additional scans and like hospital appointments and midwife appointments and stuff, it was like in the height of COVID, like first time round, when the rules were very much like no one come in. So yeah, he's never really done the whole hospital appointments and like sonographers and all that stuff, and it'll be really, really, really nice to actually have someone with me this time and like do it together and sort of feel like it's a, you know, a thing that we go through together. It's just a nice thing. I feel like I never really realised how much we missed out on the first time around because of COVID. So yeah, I'm really excited, really excited. I just hope that we're able to get there. I hope that I've been able to get to nursery, and I hope that we're able to get to our appointment, because it is, I don't know if it looks it, but it is pretty, it's pretty deep out there. So yeah, exciting times. So a little update for you. It's like 8:30 in the morning. So I just wanted to give you that context before I show you Bump, because it's a little bit smaller than it normally is, like halfway through the day. I feel like a pop out through the day, but yeah, I've got a little Bump now, so I'll show you that. So this is, I've just got a dress on because nothing fits me, so I'm literally wearing leggings. So this is my little 8:30 Bump in the morning. So yeah, pretty small still, but it's defo there. And literally when it gets to like after lunchtime, maybe it's like a mix between like baby and food, but after lunchtime I'm literally like, I look like I'm 20 weeks pregnant. It's insane. So I definitely think there's something in the whole, like, you pop earlier with your second pregnancy. I feel like your body just knows what to do. So yeah, that's insane. I think in my last update I would have been telling you guys that Ash wasn't here. It was a little bit tricky because like juggling being pregnant and just tired and exhausted and out of breath and, you know, sick, and nauseous all the time and not wanting to do much, and being a solo toddler mum. It's quite tricky, it's quite difficult, but Ash is back. He's been back for 2 or 3 days now, and I've massively noticed the difference in terms of like, I'm not the only one that George wants, like everything is shared, like we're getting up in the night and stuff with him, but we're sharing it, and you know, in the mornings and stuff, like I can go and have a shower while Ash is just like sat here with George, and that's not a problem. And I feel like they're the things that you take for granted when you like are used to having both of you around. I certainly do, and then when it's just you, you're like, oh, this is really hard. It's hard anyway with a toddler, let alone being pregnant and exhausted and all that stuff. But yeah, I think I am going to, hopefully, fingers crossed, once we have the results back from the sonographer, and you know, we're back from all of our hospital appointments. I've got extra blood tests and stuff as well today for to check that I'm still rhesus negative, which I obviously am. So if you don't know my last pregnancy, you probably would have, if you have like watched my previous pregnancy videos from 2020, then I found out that I was rhesus negative and the baby was rhesus, no. Yeah, I was rhesus negative and the baby was rhesus positive, which means their blood group is a rhesus positive, which means like, say it's like O positive and I'm the O negative, for example. Basically your body like produces antibodies to fight off the baby's blood if it gets like contaminated between each other. So you have to have an injection to stop those antibodies being produced. I think I've probably oversimplified that a little bit, but yeah, go back and watch my other pregnancy videos, probably like at the 20 week mark. I would have found that out last time, but I've got to have blood tests this time to make sure, find out whether this baby is rhesus positive or negative to see if I've got to have the injection. But anyway, yeah, I've got that, and then I think we're going to go out, do a little bit of Christmas shopping afterwards. We've both got the day off work, which is really nice. And yeah, that's everything. And when I have the little baby picture, I will show you it in this vlog. Very exciting. The one thing I'm scared about, I'm not scared, I mean, yeah, scared, I'm not gonna lie, is if it's twins. But I feel like I would have found out by now if it was, like surely I'd have more signs, I don't know. But I was having a chat with one of my friends whose mum is a nurse, like a midwifery nurse, and she said that the seizures I was having after being sick is a sign of twins, and that absolutely put the fear of God into me. So, you know, I've got that in the back of my mind, but we'll find out today. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's just one little nugget. So, yeah, I'll show you when we're back. Hello guys, it's a lot later now, and I mean a lot later. I think I spoke to you last at like 8:30 this morning. It's now 8:30 this evening. So, we've had a big long day. We went to a hospital appointment. Everything was really great. Yes, we had our like scan and everything, which was amazing. It was so nice like to be in the room with Ash, to like actually see the baby on the screen, just the one baby. I know I was talking to you guys about that earlier. I was like paranoid for some reason that there was going to be twins, but it's just the one baby. All good. Everything looked normal apparently on the scan. All the measurements seemed good and everything appeared normal, so that's amazing. And then got my blood tests and stuff done afterwards. We get the results back from those in a few days. So I wanted to show you guys the scan photos. They're so good. Like the sonographer was really great, and she said like the baby's a really like posy baby. So apparently like you can get some really good shots of the scan photos. So okay, I think this is the best photo. Look at that. That's a proper baby. It's actually happening. I can't believe it. And look, their little hand was like waving at us the entire time. It absolutely amazes me how like detailed these scan photos are at 12 weeks. Like I still kind of in my head like pictured this little blob, but they've got their hands, they've got their toes, they've got their like fingers, nose, everything's like, their brain is so developed, like it's just incredible. So yeah, I just love it so much. It's amazing. It's so cool to see. So yeah, that was really lovely to go actually get our scan photos later. And yeah, so we showed George and he was very excited. He knows that it is a baby, like a photo of a baby. He always points to my belly at the moment and says baby. Obviously I've been telling him to say that, but he's copying me, so I'm happy with that. And sort of been like starting to tell him some stuff, and obviously like whether he understands or not, who knows. He knows what babies are, he loves babies, he's obsessed with his baby cousin. So yeah, I think he understands. I'm not quite sure. I'm sure it'll be a shock to the system when they actually do arrive, but yeah, I can't believe it, we've made it to 12 weeks. Oh, it feels like it's gone so quickly, but at the same time it's dragged because I was obviously really sick. And obviously, yeah, the toddler thing and the whole being on my own for most of it. It's, yeah, but like I say, actually, if I look back, it has gone a lot quicker than the first time round, I think, because you've just got so much else to focus on this time when you've got a person already here that you're completely responsible for. I feel like you do have other things to think about. I haven't been looking at my app like constantly to see like the development of the baby, and haven't been thinking about names and stuff like that constantly yet. Although now I've seen the baby, I feel like, yeah, I just feel like it's so real now, and we can actually start to like think about those things together, which is really exciting. But I'm exhausted still. I feel like, pardon me, like this is just a pregnancy symptom that's not going to go away. I'm just going to be exhausted for the remainder of this pregnancy. It's going to be hard, I think, because yeah, George is like running me ragged constantly. Like bedtime tonight was a bit of a nightmare, but yeah, he's asleep now, thankfully. I just went and checked on him and like tucked him in and stuff because he wasn't under the covers, of course. But yeah, I'm excited, very excited. I'm actually really relieved that it's only the one baby. I know that sounds a little bit ungrateful, but I was really paranoid for some reason that it was going to be the one. But I've just checked, it's definitely the one. I feel like we're on a bit of a like cloud nine at the moment, like in a bit of a little bubble, which is really nice. So yeah, next thing I think is to tell work properly, like tell them, I guess, like get the process like sorted for maternity leave and all that stuff. And then I've told family and friends, like close family and friends and everything, and like make sure that everyone knows. I think the next thing is to like announce it on like, I feel like being pregnant, it kind of opens you up to like criticism left, right and centre, because there's so many rules about things you shouldn't be doing. And I remember I put like a post on my own Instagram when I was pregnant with George that I had like a dippy egg or something, so like a runny yolk, and people went insane. Like when I mean I had like death threats and things, and it was just ridiculous. Firstly, the most up-to-date like NHS whatever guidance on eggs is if they're red lion eggs or something, which all eggs that are sold in the UK are, then it's fine to have runny egg. I think anyway, at least 2 years ago it was. Whether that's changed or not, I don't know. But equally, it's just like, oh god, people just feel like they are, you know, entitled to like really criticise you on everything. I remember I also had like a mocktail once, or it was like a fake prosecco, like it's called no secco, it's like non-alcoholic prosecco, and I had like a glass of that, and I even put on there, it's no secco, don't worry, and people went crazy because they're like, you're drinking it. I was like, oh my gosh, honestly. So yeah, I don't know if I'm quite ready for that. I feel like also when you have a newborn, there's loads of that as well, especially with like say sleeping and like all the rules and regulations and like bottle feeding and breastfeeding, and like whatever you do it's wrong, and like people have so many opinions, and I think that kind of dies down when they get to toddlerhood. I feel like people care less, or they're less like emotionally attached to it. I'm not really sure what it is, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to the whole like having to watch what I say, or even caring. I feel like probably I won't care as much this time around because, you know, it is like second time round I've got bigger like worries than whatever. Obviously with all the excitement and all the happiness comes that little niggle in the back where you're like, oh, I can't be bothered with that again. But yeah, I feel like it will be easier this time for sure, because I'm just like, I just don't care as much. So yeah, anyway, that is 12 weeks. I will update you very soon on the results. Well, to be honest, actually what I'll do is assume that the results are all fine, and if they're not, or if there's any issues that come up with that, then I'll update you guys. But if not, I feel like this is going to be the end of our 11 to 12 week update. Got my scan pictures of my little baby, and yeah, this is my first trimester complete. Oh my gosh, I've just realised I'm out of the first trimester. They dated me today as well, so I am 12 weeks and 4 days, so like 3 days further along than I thought I was. So 12 weeks and 4 days today. I definitely feel like I said, I'm just on cloud nine. Everything's just like a daze. I know like I'm rambling at the moment, but I'm just super happy, so happy. Very tired, but very happy. But yeah, that is it. I think that is going to be the end of my like week by week pregnancy update. So I wanted to do them in the first trimester because, to be honest, for me, last time round it was the hardest trimester, and I feel like also for other people, certainly for me again, like I've been watching these religiously of other people's, you want to feel when you're going through it that you're not the only person going through it at the time you're going through it. And if someone's like vlogged and shared their experience and being honest about the difficulties and you know, the loneliness of it as well, because you can't talk about it with people and all those kind of things, I feel like it's just nice. It's nice, and it's nice for me to talk, just like actually verbalise like how I'm feeling, as well as like for other people to hear it. And if it helps anyone, then that's amazing. Hopefully. Second trimester is better. Like I said this morning, I haven't really been feeling sick. I think when I don't eat for like prolonged periods of time, I start to feel queasy, and like certainly then if I like got a whiff of something I didn't like earlier we were in town and doing some shopping and I got a whiff of someone smoking a cigarette and I was like, oh my god, I was about to vom. But I feel like those kind of things, that's like standard during pregnancy. I think like smells and things make you just really, really nauseous. But yeah, hopefully second trimester, fingers crossed, I'm not as sick. And the symptoms, other symptoms that you get, like tiredness and, you know, being like quite lethargic and headaches and things like that are rubbish, but I'm not, for me, the sickness is just relentless. So fingers crossed that's over. Second trimester, here we come. And I think I'll do maybe like every 4 to 6 weeks updates or something like that, like I did last time. I can't actually remember what I did last time. I'll have a look back on my channel and I'll figure that out. But let me know if you want to see anything in particular. Because by the time you see this, we'll be like in present day, if that makes sense. So when you see this, today's the 12th of December, like I keep saying. And when you see this, it'll probably be like a month from now, maybe? I don't really know. I'm trying to think like when to start these vlogs, because how many will there be? There'll be like 10 vlogs to go live. Anyway guys, thank you so much for coming on this first trimester journey with me. We made it. If you're here with me at 12 weeks, hit me up in the comments. We made it, guys, we made it. But yeah, I will catch up with you really soon and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.